across the space of the last 3 tournaments. And there we go, the wingspan of Andre gets the job done at the net. Simon Golding with you. Delighted to say our volleyball world expert analyst, Denise Austin.
It certainly is, and they are playing the room. The environmental pressure, the wind conditions coming in behind Van der Velde is definitely what Brazil are aiming for.
Well, that's 4 touches from Andre so far at the net. Unfortunately for Brazil, this one doesn't result in a point.
What I was most impressed with watching Andre is his shapes that he is making around the net, his ability to Brazil for us. We always get to the semis every time he played here, and he said it just feels like home. And he said he'd love to have a big shout out to his coaches, Ernesto and Velasco.
Immers goes very hard.
He has really stabilised his ability to just rack up the points for the Netherlands.
Good dive from Immers. Ball touched the block, so has to come. And that's a good reaction from the Dutch as well. But when they're under the hammer, when they're under the pump, it can look a little tricky sometimes. Nice move from Andre, gets yet another touch on the ball. Doesn't quite sit for George. And that's a comprehensive finish from the Dutch. Good work from Immers, a player that got a win in the Agadir Challenge a couple of seasons back when he was standing in with... Taken a while, but he's found a partner. It's a beautiful set.
Andre around, so it's frustrating time for the Brazilian block.
Good touch by Immers, but once again the bounce of the ball favours Brazil, and I like George's arm here. He is swinging very hard.
Good serving from the Dutch pair to sort of drive the attack traffic, and they've got the same result this time, but a much more aggressive set from George.
But it's okay, isn't it, to play outside the envelope?
Oh, it certainly is. I think you have to, especially soft sand, big winds. You know, you've got to use.
Now going into the breeze, not too much subtlety required here from the Dutch. It's a long way off the net. Andre finds a nice shot. That's a really good kill. So blocker Van der Velde going after the ball if it's tight. And Andre once again.
That's good from Brazil, really thinking it is about playing the room, the environmental pressure that you can deploy from whatever situation you find yourself in. And don't allow the read from the defense.
Dutch already have one team on the podium here in Espinho.
So the sort of the old school and the new school, and sort of bringing it in.
Andre's block getting less effective here. Off a really tough serve. Change up from Brazil, and it does the job. That is a monster block. Coverage from Immers, knew what was coming. Oh, and properly bounces that.
Snap on the ball.
Oh, he's done it again. And it doesn't get much steeper than that. Andre putting on a bit of a blocking masterclass in the last couple of minutes. Going for his third. Not this time. Not this time. Brazil lead 1-0 in the men's bronze medal final here on Praia de Bahia in wonderful Espinho. And that is a wonderful swing coming out of the deepest sand.
The Dutch pair, Netherlanders, will need to step it up.
Well played, good coverage. George steps out, makes the play easily. And then just rolls it temptingly in front of Matthew Immers. And there's a sign of frustration from the Dutch pair.
Well, I'm sure lots of the fans have been following Anders Mol. He's had his pins taken out and he's back training a little bit on the sand, which is really good to see. They are still signed up for Ostrava. Whether or not we'll see them there, we shall see.
Nicely done. And for those viewers that aren't aware of,
go for some recovery and sort of just tender loving care under the Red Bull athlete program. That's always what you want to do with the wind at your back. Just you play off the net, then you allow them to get into the game.
Just on the baseline, well done. I don't think Brazil will be too worried about 8-6 down at the side switch, if that's... Wonderfully done. There were very few options there for Van der Velde. He chose power.
It's the effectiveness, the live hands.
He's got him a fourth time. Van der Velde roofed by Andre.
The hard-driven ball better than anyone. But this time, again, the Dutch going hard and heavy, but around Andre. That was the crucial, and they set it a little bit higher. And with the wind the way it is, it's reading the room.
First chance for Immers to attack in a long while, and that's really nicely done. He looks in the groove, Matthew Immers, today. That's why Van der Velde's getting the majority of the serves in this. So side switch, you can see the way the flags are blowing from this shot, and that means the Dutch can pound the ball into the breeze. And for the first time in the match, Van der Velde this time controlled by George. Nicely done, plenty of sand to aim at there. Fierce hit. And Immers called to leave it, he does, and it's hit the baseline. Well, a lot of people didn't like the handling on that one. Goes for it from the service line, well controlled by Andre, it's tight. Immers has got another touch. Oh, what a save from Andre, block number 6, level. Well, after that error, Brazil might go after him. No, they change up, they stick to Steven van der Velde in that deep corner. And he bangs it down the line for set point number 3. Brazil have a slight advantage though, siding out to take them back to match point. That'll do it. Calmly played. Goes float on Immers. Andre backing himself to block the defender. And he just slides it calmly past. Immers is reading things very well. Well, the favourite serve is off pace into Immers. He does it. Immers passes well. And slaps it down the line. That was a terrific shot from Matthew Immers. Now, George hasn't tried that little soft floater. No, he's going topspin again. Oh, but he's taken the pace way off. Not much runway for Van der Velde. And George has got him. Absolutely suckered in. Hook, line and sinker by the Immers jump set. That was well played by Matthew Immers again.
Well played, the Netherlands, making Brazil play finally.
But Brazil are playing. Make no bones about that. 6th match point arrives. Andre to serve. Goes deep baseline on Immers. Immers versus the blocker. Beats him quite easily. And with a really nice play deep into that seam. But Brazil still have that advantage of being able to side out to take themselves to match point again. But they're going to have to work hard for this one. It's a beautiful hit. So confident from George. Number 7 for the Brazilians. Immers to keep them in the game, and Andre has got his man. 30-28, Brazil close out set 2 and win the bronze medal here in Espinho.
Oh, what an incredible display by the Brazilians. They took it from the service line. They dismantled the Dutch attack, but the block work of Andre to take it out, seeing the momentum